Every single night, right as you drift off to sleep, a silent thief is sneaking into your brain. It doesn't take your memories all at once. It takes them in pieces. A name you've known for 20 years suddenly vanishes from your tongue. You walk into your kitchen and stand there, staring blindly, entirely forgetting what you came to get. You lose your train of thought mid-sentence. If you are over the age of 60, you've likely mentioned this to a doctor, and they probably patted your hand and told you, "Don't worry, that's just a normal part of getting older." I am here to tell you that it is absolutely not normal. You are not losing your mind, and your genetics are not to blame. Your brain is slowly suffocating because of a critical mechanical action you are failing to perform in the 60 minutes before you close your eyes. Every night you skip this ritual, your cognitive filing system degrades. But the medical science I am about to share with you today proves that you can reverse this damage. I am talking about a simple, inexpensive protocol involving ordinary items from your local grocery store, no prescriptions, no overpriced memory supplements, and the clinical data is staggering. Researchers have discovered that the #1 food I am going to reveal to you today can accelerate memory recall speed by an astonishing 65% in seniors in just 30 days of nightly use. Stay with me until the final minute of this video, because almost no one is doing this correctly, and tonight is the night you take your brain back. I am Dr. Sam for the past 2 decades. I have specialized in cognitive longevity and senior neuronutrition. I have sat across from thousands of patients who were terrified that they were sliding into permanent cognitive decline. They were terrified of becoming a burden to their children. What the mainstream medical industry often refuses to acknowledge, largely because they cannot put a patent on it, is that the vast majority of age-related memory loss is not a disease. It is a severe, localized starvation. Here is exactly what is happening inside your head. When you fall asleep, your brain does not turn off. It goes to work. Specifically, it activates what is called the glymphatic system. Think of this as a team of nighttime janitors. While you sleep, this system flushes out toxic amyloid beta proteins, the sticky plaque that causes brain fog and memory decay. At the exact same time, your hippocampus acts like a master librarian, taking all your short-term experiences from the day and hardwiring them into long-term storage. But here is the catch. Both the janitors and the librarian require very specific biochemical tools to do their jobs. By age 65, your natural supply of these tools has plummeted by over 50%. If you do not manually restock these nutrients right before bed, the janitors go home, the librarian quits, the toxins build up, and your memories slip away into the dark. Today, we are going to fix that. I am going to count down the 7 most critical foods you must chew before bedtime, ranked from highly effective to absolutely miraculous. Number 7, walnuts. There is a reason a walnut looks exactly like a miniature human brain. Walnuts are one of nature's most potent sources of alpha-linolenic acid, an omega-3 fatty acid that your body synthesizes into DHA. Your brain is essentially made of 60% fat, and DHA is the mortar holding the bricks of your memory centers together. As you age, that mortar crumbles. A landmark study from the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that seniors who consumed walnuts daily showed significantly faster cognitive processing speeds. But you cannot just swallow them. Chewing a small handful of 4 to 5 walnuts thoroughly, about 45 minutes before sleep, mechanically breaks down the cell walls of the nut, allowing the omega-3s to enter your bloodstream exactly as the brain's overnight repair cycle begins. Number 6, pumpkin seeds. I call these the spark plugs of your cognitive engine. Pumpkin seeds are incredibly dense in a specific form of bioavailable magnesium. Your brain relies on magnesium to maintain synaptic plasticity, which is a fancy medical term for your brain's ability to learn new things and retrieve old memories. Without magnesium, the electrical signals in your brain physically slow down. It's like trying to stream a video on a terrible Wi-Fi connection. Chewing a tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds before bed ensures a slow, steady drip of magnesium into your nervous system while you sleep. The chewing action activates the enzymes in your saliva to strip away the phytic acid on the seed's exterior, maximizing absorption. Number 5, dried tart cherries. This is the hidden gem of neuro recovery. Tart cherries are one of the only natural foods on earth that contain high levels of pure melatonin, but I am not telling you to eat them just to fall asleep. In the brain, melatonin acts as a ruthless antioxidant. It crosses the blood-brain barrier and acts like a shield for your mitochondria, the power plants of your brain cells. When you chew a small handful of about 15 dried tart cherries 30 minutes before bed, you are deploying a security force that protects your memory cells from oxidative stress while the glymphatic system cleans house. Before we move on to number 4, I want to pause and ask you a direct question. Have you noticed your own memory slipping lately? Have you walked into a room and forgotten why, or struggled to recall a familiar face? If you have, I want you to type the word restore in the comments below. Do it right now. You need to see how many thousands of other people are fighting this exact same battle. You are not alone. Number 4, almonds. But not just any almonds. Almonds are nature's ultimate source of vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that explicitly prevents the fatty membranes of your brain cells from rusting. Yes, rusting. Oxidative damage in the brain is exactly like rust on a car, and vitamin E is the rust-proofing. Let me tell you about Arthur. Arthur was 73, a retired mechanic, and one of the proudest men I've ever met. He came to my clinic in tears because the week prior, he had driven to the hardware store he had visited every week for 20 years, and on the way out, he forgot how to drive home. He sat in his truck for 2 hours, terrified. I told Arthur to start my chewing protocol, starting with almonds. But here is the secret I told him. You must soak them in water for 8 hours, peel off the brown skin, and chew them slowly before bed. Removing the skin removes tannins that block nutrient absorption. 3 weeks later, Arthur walked into my office, looked me dead in the eye, and recited the names of all 14 of his grandchildren, in order of their birth dates. The rust was lifting. Number 3, 70% dark chocolate. I am talking about raw high cacao dark chocolate, not the sugary candy bars in the checkout aisle. Cacao contains a microscopic compound called epicatechin. When you chew dark chocolate, epicatechin triggers a rush of a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as miracle grow for your brain. It physically stimulates the growth of brand new neural pathways in your hippocampus. 1 square of dark chocolate, allowed to slowly melt and be chewed in your mouth, allows the epicatechin to be absorbed sublingually under the tongue, bypassing the digestive system and going straight to the brain. Number 2, kiwi fruit. This sounds bizarre, but the clinical evidence is undeniable. Kiwis possess massive amounts of serotonin precursors. Why does that matter at night? Because your brain requires serotonin to push you into deep REM sleep. REM sleep is the exact phase of sleep where the brain hits the save button on your memories. If you don't get enough REM sleep, your memories from the day are deleted to make room for tomorrow. A fascinating study out of Asia showed that adults who ate 2 kiwis an hour before bed dramatically increased their sleep duration and their cognitive recall the next day. You must peel them and chew the flesh slowly. The simple mechanical act of chewing a soft fruit engages the parasympathetic nervous system, telling your brain's stress hormones to shut down so memory consolidation can begin. And now, the absolute most powerful food you must chew before bed. Number 1, raw garlic. Listen to me very carefully. I know the taste is sharp. I know it's intense. But what raw garlic does to a deteriorating brain is nothing short of a biological miracle. Inside a clove of garlic is a compound called a lion, but a lion does nothing on its own. It is completely useless until you crush it or chew it. When you mechanically chew a garlic, an enzyme reaction occurs that creates a super compound called allicin. Allicin easily passes through the blood-brain barrier and flips a master switch in your brain called the NRF2 pathway. When NRF2 is activated, your brain floods itself with glutathione, the most powerful internal antioxidant known to human biology. A recent neuronutritional study proved that seniors consuming raw, chewed garlic saw up to a 65% increase in memory retrieval speed and a massive reduction in brain inflammation. Let me tell you about Eleanor. Eleanor was 79, and her memory loss was tearing her family apart. She had started hiding her jewelry in strange places inside shoes, behind the refrigerator, and when she couldn't find them, she accused her own daughter of stealing from her. Her daughter brought her to my clinic, exhausted and brokenhearted. I made Eleanor promise to do one thing: chew 1 single clove of raw garlic 30 minutes before bed, every single night. Because the taste was strong, I told her to chase it with a square of dark chocolate. 40 days later, Eleanor's daughter called me, sobbing. Not out of grief, but out of joy. Eleanor had spent the previous evening recounting stories from her honeymoon in 1968 with crystal clear detail. She wasn't hiding things anymore. She wasn't paranoid. Her brain had finally received the ultimate cleanser it had been begging for. Here is your exact nightly blueprint. Do not alter this. 1 hour before bed, peel and chew 2 ripe kiwis. 30 minutes before bed, take 1 small clove of raw garlic and chew it thoroughly. If the heat is too much, immediately chew a small square of 70% dark chocolate to soothe your palate and boost the BDNF. Earlier in the evening, as a snack, combine your soaked almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and tart cherries. Here is your timeline. By day 3, your sleep architecture will change. You will experience deeply vivid dreams. This means your REM cycle is healing. By day 10, the tip of the tongue phenomenon will fade. Words will come to you faster. By day 30, the deep memory retrieval systems in your hippocampus will be firing on cylinders you thought were lost forever. But you must avoid these critical mistakes. Do not cook the garlic. Heat instantly kills the enzyme that creates allicin. It must be raw. Do not swallow the nuts or the garlic whole. The physical mechanics of your teeth crushing the cell walls is what creates the chemical reactions required for brain absorption. Do not wash this down with a glass of wine. Alcohol actively paralyzes the glymphatic system. You will undo all your hard work. Your brain is not a lost cause. The fading of your memory is not a life sentence. It is simply a cry for help. It is a brilliant, beautiful machine that is running out of fuel. When you give it exactly what it needs, at the exact time it needs it, it knows exactly how to heal itself. I challenge you to try this protocol tonight. Commit to it for just 30 days. Watch the fog lift. Watch your confidence return. Watch yourself step back into the sharp, vibrant life you deserve to live. If this knowledge has given you hope today, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. My life's work is delivering the unvarnished truth about senior health, free from pharmaceutical bias. Do not keep this a secret. Send this video to your sister, your husband, your best friend. There are millions of seniors suffering in silence, terrified of what tomorrow holds, who desperately need to hear this message. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 items are you going to chew tonight? Leave your answer in the comments right now. Make a public commitment to your health. Your comment might be the exact spark of inspiration someone else needs to save their own memory. Start tonight. Take your brain back.